so that's going, and then I've got to go live over here. Let's see. So get these over here connected, and it looks like we're connected over here. So guys, bear with me 1 second. And we're just testing the software out to see how it does. All right. So it looks like, what is up, guys? Looks like we got some people on YouTube, and we got some people possibly over here on Facebook. So trying a multi-stream software tool for this. We'll see how it goes. So y'all just bear with me 1 second so I can fix some stuff on here. We'll be ready to rock and roll. I've not played with this, so like I said, y'all just have to bear with me. And go ahead and click this out. Now I can see y'all's questions. So on YouTube, video and sound is good. Awesome, Chris. Thank you so much, man. And hopefully Facebook is going just as well. We'll find out in a little bit, right? So hope everybody's having a good night. Wanted to come in here and just look at this trade subs that we got. So the trade that we had earlier, if you guys remember, it was consolidating still in this area right here when the market closed on us. It was right in this area. And we've pushed down just a little bit further. So we're now sitting at 5,500. Well, it was $80. Now it's we'll just call it $5,500 for what it is. And the positions that we have at the bottom are still running active. So I said I'd jump on here and kind of tell you guys what I would do as the knot's getting later. And I mean, what time? It's 10 o'clock. So you can't sit here and just stare at the screen all day. Well, all night. You could, but it's going to suck, especially if you don't have good volume coming in. So what I'm going to do is take my phone here, and we're going to go look at the forexfactory.com. So we have news up here on Carbon Capital, but I don't want to do time conversions or anything. So we're going to go look at what we got going on tomorrow. And there is absolutely zero news that's a red folder for USD. So if you look here at my phone, you'll see we've got all these different color folders on there. You got yellow, orange, red, and we have orange folders tomorrow. So we got FOMC member Harker will be speaking at 10 a.m. And then we have the Richmond Manufacturing Index at 10 a.m. When we jump to Wednesday, that's going to be a pretty decent day. We've got a lot of red folders for like CAD and the GBP, but nothing again for USD except for an orange folder, which is existing home sales. To me, that should be red. And then Thursday, we jump over here. We have our first red folders of the week, which is at 9:45 a.m. And we have our flash manufacturing PMI and flash services PMI. So Thursday is going to be the day with a lot of volume. So with that being said, what I'm looking for more than anything, and let me kill this one part of my feed right here. There we go. What I'm looking for more than anything is a little bit of push tomorrow, but then Thursday being the day where more volume picks up. Now, I wouldn't have expected the volume that we had today, if I'm being honest. I just wouldn't have it all. And I need to fix one thing on my screen here. Boom. There we go. Move this over here. You guys are getting to see me fix everything. And just bear with me 1 second here. There we go. All right. So as we're looking at these charts right here, let's go look at the daily. All right. And I've got all my lines drawn here, but we're gonna clean this up just a little bit. We're gonna jump over to Trading View, and I'm going to hide myself, and we're going to make the whole screen big. All right. That looks much better. So what we had today, if you were looking at this, was we had a beautiful trendline break. Went up on that hour, broke London, come up New York, tapped it, and then slammed down. We're back into this area over here that we talked about. I said we should fall below 43,000 flat, which we did. So now what I'm looking at is this area of consolidation right here. So if we go over here and grab our rectangle, little box, drag it and look something like this. And where I'm going to take my profit is essentially my first profit is in this box. So 42,800 is where I was looking to take my first take profit in partials. So we're not too far from it. You know, you got 150 pips, which is absolutely nothing at all. So we broke, retested, entered in that other position right here. We've fallen, we're protected, and then this is where we'd take our first partials. Any questions? Let me look at YouTube real quick. I'm streaming on multiple platforms, so you guys will just have to bear with me because if I miss something, that is on me. What's up, Dakota? We do have a few people here on Facebook, which is nice. Hold on one second, guys. All right. So, question here is, there's actually a text message that come through. All right, so how am I going to take partials on this? Well, what I'm going to do as far as partials is concerned, I can't take partials on the other screen. I'm going to do it right here. Let me clean all this up. I'm going to get rid of that one. I was showing examples earlier. So I had all these lines on here of zones that I was looking at. So traded live this morning in person with a few buddies of mine. Just kind of show them, you know, what I do, how I do it, and why I do it. So the first thing that I'm going to take off is this 0.02. That'll be the first trade that I knock out. So at 42,800 flat, this trade right here will be the first one I just kill. I'll kill it all together. And then that will leave me the 0.04 left over and the 0.03. And I'll see how price acts in that 42,800 area if we get down there. Because remember, it's all an if. There's no guarantee that it's going to get there. But if it does, that's what we're going to play with. If it breaks below the 42,800 and we get a nice 30-minute candle closure. So when I say 30-minute candle closure, that basically means one of these candles right here has to close below 42,800. So right there. So where my crosshairs are, a 30-minute candle has to go below that zone and close an entire candle away from 42,800. If it does, then at that point, I'll start chipping off a little bit of partials. I'll probably take like 0.1 off this 0.03, and then I'll probably take 0.02 off of this 0.02, and that leaves me 2 and 2 here, which is $4 per pip running. And at that point in time, profit is pretty good because, as I said earlier, if we drop down past that 42,800 range, we're going to be well into the $7,000 of equity up here, which is going to be super nice. And that's really it. There's nothing to really look at to not, given that we've fallen, it's in consolidation. We do have this nice little zone down here. So if you're not in trades and you were looking to get into a short, then you'd be looking at something like that right there. So if price falls below that 42,923, then you would take a short position. And there might also be some, possibilities here and for some buys because we do have a nice little trend line coming off that 30 minutes. So you get a 30-minute candle up here and you can enter buys. You get a 30-minute candle push below this, you can enter sells. The position I'm in, I'm not willing to take anything because I'm literally at a high that looks amazing, especially on the weekly. I mean, look at this, guys. I'm sorry, the daily. I mean, look at that daily. I mean, we're at the top. And you go down and look at the monthly. I mean, look at that. We're on the wick. So if this monthly were to turn out to be a nice bearish month, which it's election year, election month coming up, I really don't think we're going to get that. But let me show you guys here what I'm talking about. When we look at how many positive months we had, we can go back to October of last year. And you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So for a whole entire year, we had 1 month where we were technically negative for the month. That was it, out of a whole entire year, which is really weird to see when you look at the rest of the other months that we've had. I mean, look at this. Even if we go back here, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months with, 1 negative. But you're going to see that, I mean, we can go back to here, which is April of 17, and you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 2 negative. So since 2017 till present, that's the first time we've seen that, which is pretty cool. Jason Pursley says, "Hey man, good to be here. Man, thanks for showing up. I know it's a little late at night, so I figured it'd be a perfect time to test with the new streaming software. Because like plus side is if a lot of people don't show up, I can't mess up, and it gives me time to test with it. I miss the dots as well, but you can still get the dots on TradingView, which is pretty sick. So let's go back over here. And yeah, that's it. I did have a person message me and say, look at gold. So let's take a look here real quick. Actually, let me fix something real quick here on my window. Give me 1 second, guys. How's everybody doing tonight? Hopefully good. Oh, man. Yep. My computer, I've got to sign back in. I knew something was going on. And you guys can't see my password. Let's see. Hopefully I remember my password for this device. There we go. I'm probably going to have to reset my VPN, is what it looks like, unfortunately. So y'all just bear with me 1 second here. I'm going to get my VPN restarted. Internet. Okay, so it is my internet. All right, we're back. So it was actually my internet. I have no idea. I was sitting here, I was like, man, my chart's not loading. Nothing's working. And then here we are. So is everybody still good? On YouTube looks like it's looking good. So that's a plus. It looks like I lost Facebook. So let me see if I can get Facebook to reconnect. All right, let's see here. I think Lainey just scared the heck out of Hannah because I just heard the girl scream. And I don't know. There we go. We're back. It looks like we're back on all platforms now, which is nice. All right, everything looks good, so we're solid. Yeah, that was an internet issue on my side of things. Oh, man, gotta love it. So, let's go now back and look at gold. So, 4 hour. Man, look at gold. I mean, just straight ripping it. What's the daily look like? That's beautiful. I bet you the monthly looks just as good. Yeah, I mean, gold's just taken off. So I had someone say earlier, Andy, would you think about shorting gold? And the answer to that is absolutely not. I wouldn't want to short gold for nothing, given that it's pushed up this high. We've got a lot going on with election, and I mean, dude, it's anytime you start seeing large volume pushes down, especially like in the Dow Jones, people start getting a little, antsy on the economy. Gold, silver, all your precious metals start to pump pretty hard. So I wouldn't touch I mean, you could touch this with a smaller short if you wanted to, just to play with it, but I personally wouldn't. I'm gonna stick right over here in my lane. So not gonna stay on here too much longer because I do want to go eat dinner, hang out with the family for a little bit, and we will be live streaming in the morning. So as we said, we got $5,488.97 of equity. Again, this is the account that we started with $1,368 on Thursday. Current balance is $1,909.74. Again, it's not our money until we close the trades out. If this was a fresh account, meaning I didn't have any other accounts I traded, I didn't have a large account, and I was trying to build a small account, then I would close out of every trade right now because you'd have equity of almost $5,500, which gives you a lot of trading power, especially for a new account. But given that I have other accounts that I trade, and I want to have a little bit of fun with this one and just see if we can keep a runner, close some partials, and get that larger push coming in tomorrow morning, that'd be phenomenal. And it also gives you guys a good perspective of what happens holding trades. We could hold this trade, and if you look at the swaps down here on the screen, you notice that these are positive swaps. So with US 30, if you click the information button here, it's going to pop up and it's going to show you all the information on the details right here. So the long positions are negative. The short positions are positive, meaning if you were taking buy positions, you're losing money every time there's a market changeover between like the US market to the Asian market, London, all that stuff. However, if you're selling, which is your shorts, then the broker is going to pay you for those positions. So in this case, the newest position that I opened, which was yesterday, this one right here, 1021, is already paid me $10. This one's paid me $5, and this one's paid me $15. So if you're a swing trader, meaning you're holding trades for a period of time longer than a day or two, typically swing traders are 3 to 5 days, then you're going to get paid in positive swaps, which means you're making money just to hold your trade. Not too bad of a gig. But if we go back and look at this, you're going to notice that if we were buying, this is 3 times, well, more than 3, but just for argument's sake, we're going to call it 3 times you would lose money. So in this case, this would be negative $30. This would be negative $15, and this would be negative $45 instead of positive. So sales do pay more, but it'll also give us a cool example. We could hold this. I could go to bed, wake up in the morning, throughout the London session when it kicks off, it could push all the way back up here, and we could have, equity of $1,909 tomorrow and be knocked out of every single trade and say, wow, there went all of our profit. Time to, hit the road running and see what we can come up with again. And it kind of gives you a good visual of how quick this money can leave you, because it can. As fast as you can make it is as fast as it can leave you, which is kind of a big deal. So before I jump off here, I want to make sure I don't have any questions that I'm missing. No questions on Facebook, which is nice. And see if you guys have any questions on YouTube. It's funny, I'm getting questions on my phone. So I guess people just don't want to type on here. Kind of answered that one. This one was, as a new trader, would you have already closed trades? Yes. If I was a new trader, I'm already closing trades. I'm not holding these trades because this is money in the bank. And if you think about the stress that it can take off of you as a trader, I mean, imagine, let's say your goal of, I tell you, if you open up an account with $1,000, your goal should be, on the low end, $20, $30 a day, on the high end, $50 to $100 a day. If you're able to have 3 solid trading days, 3, that's it, because not every day is going to be a good day. So let's just say you have 3 good trading days, $20. $60 a week. That's $240 a month. On days where you have trades like this is where, as a new trader, you can close the trades and just be done with it and say, I've made $4,000 in 3 days. I'm going to chill. I'm going to let the market do what it needs to do. Write down, journal, take some notes, watch some videos, educate yourself on the fundamentals within the market, and then just come back to the charts fresh. Because what happens is, and we're seeing this on some of the YouTube comments, and Tyler just posted this. He said, you can over leverage and you'll lose. And what will happen is people will have days like this and say, oh man, it's easy. I made $4,000 today. I'm going to do the same thing tomorrow. And it's a losing day. And then they try it again the next day trying to play catch up, and they'll lose again. And then they try again and they lose. And before you know it, they're back to their starting balance. A whole entire month has went by. They're pissed off at themselves. They're mad. And then that doesn't equate to anything good on the charts. So, like I said, if I'm a fresh trader, to answer that question, I am taking the next probably week off from trading, closing the trades, taking a week off, and also pay yourself. That's the big kicker. So in this case, pay yourself, 10%. So if your account's at 5,500 and we start it with 1,300, go ahead and say, hey, I'll make a withdrawal for $500. Take that $500, treat yourself. Like, take your wife out on a date, or your girlfriend or whoever. Go buy yourself something you want to buy. Pay, if you want to pay a bill with it, sure, do it. But I tell people, if you don't take some of this money out and actually enjoy it to live on and treat yourself, you get to a point where you don't feel like you're really making any money. You see it on a screen, but you're not doing anything with it. So if you guys remember, I posted up some YouTube videos, Instagram videos, even Facebook videos of me and Hannah actually going out and spending the money that we'd make. So if I had a day where, if I'm trading my large account, I'd have days of $5,000 to $10,000. Then I'd say, cool, I'll take out $1,000, $1,500, and we'll go out and have a date night, or we'll go out with friends and take them out, or just do something fun. And that way it actually feels like you're doing something with the money that you're making, which is really nice. Let's see. Yeah, I don't have any messages over there. Cool. Well, guys, solid night. We don't have much more to look at. There's really no volume coming in. It's nighttime, so this is kind of to be expected. I just wanted to jump on here more than anything and make sure that the video and the sound looks great, the stream looks great, and then go from there, because in the morning I plan to jump on and stream live, and there's nothing like jumping on to trade live and then nothing works. So hopefully everything works in the morning. And man, everyone that's on here, thanks, brother. Have a good one, man. You too. And yeah, it's fun to be live again, I guess, a little bit. I've took some time off from the YouTube lives and Facebook lives and Instagram lives. I was just trading with my community. So for them, I feel like if we're going to trade with the community, it was easier to jump on, do my trades with them a couple of times a week. And I just really didn't have the time to jump on any other platform. But since we've been doing a lot of Zooms and live streams with them the last few weeks, I was like, you know what, let's have fun, because there's going to be people probably on Facebook and especially YouTube. Well, not YouTube. Pretty much if you follow my page, you follow me, but mainly on Facebook, that have probably never seen me trade live. They've seen screenshots, they've seen probably some videos, or they've heard someone talk about it. But I think to see the trades in front of you, watch someone execute them, and then see the growth of it, it shows, really how real it is. When I posted the video last week, I went to Maple Street, grabbed some coffee, had a quick meeting there. Guy comes over to the table. He was like, it's pretty wild. I literally just watched you on Facebook Live. And I was like, yeah, man, I'm just having some fun with it. He went, you can push a button and print money. And I was like, essentially, yeah, if you know what you're doing, you're an ATM. If you know your risk, you could say, man, I'm going to risk $250 today to make $250, and you can print it by pushing a button. You're not having to exchange an hour over here, an hour over there for that. Yes, it does take time, but it can happen fairly quick, good and bad. So keep that in mind. And we'd sit there and talk for probably 30 minutes, but he was pretty just blown away that he was like, I've seen it. He's like, but everything you see like on social media is, they're like, oh, I put 10 grand to something, I made 100, or I put 10 grand to something, now I'm a millionaire. And I was like, yeah, I mean, a lot of those are success stories that are far few in between, where people do get lucky, and that does happen. Like, don't get me wrong, there are people that can make that type of money trading, but 9 times out of 10, it's just people talking, and they're not executing live. They're not showing trade management live. They're not showing how they, maybe some of these people get stressed, and you don't see the nervousness, when they're taking the trades, or the calmness. So I was like, yeah, just do it live, and then people can see it for what it is. And if it's something that interests them, then cool, maybe they'll give it a shot. If not, it's it doesn't bother me any. It doesn't change their life any, or mine. So I can only share what I've done thus far, and maybe people radiate with it. So let's see. Good evening, Andy. Tyler, have a great night, brother. And I don't think I've missed anything on Facebook. Yeah. No. So that's it. So, guys, I'm going to go eat dinner, hang out with Hannah for a little bit, and then I'll see y'all in the morning. I plan to jump on about 5 to 10 minutes before market open. Market opens at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. So I'll probably be on around 9:15, 9:20. Jump on there, answer any questions I have, make sure everything's set up good, sounds good, and then we'll just go from there. So y'all have a great night.